Yeah, I don't know if I can watch it yet. I didn't get a reply, I think. Did they tweet me? Wait, they're following me. If they're following me, that means they saw it, right? Go for it! Go for it, they said! Alright.
Release status for a bunch of the different platforms.
Oh
First,
yeah.
I know everybody wants to know what's happening with PlayStation. It's on Sony and they're working on it, and I really wish I had more to say right now, but unfortunately I don't. So I think we're going to have something later today, an official statement from them. So be looking for that. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You know, it's Twitter/Remnant_game and Facebook @RemnantGame. And we should have a little bit something on that. Hopefully today. Yeah, really sorry about that, but Sony's on it. For Xbox, preloads are available. So the game should be releasing into VIP preview weekend on midnight on Friday Eastern time, which is global for the
Midnight.
whole world is that time, which is actually Thursday 9 p.m. Pacific time. So you can preload now on Xbox One, and you can play it at 9 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday or midnight Eastern time.
What time is that for me?
Awesome. And on Steam, we're working on getting the preload available soon. Hopefully, again, we'll have something about that today, but that'll definitely be happening for the VIP preview weekend coming up this weekend. Awesome. So let's
3
go ahead and
a.m.
jump right in.
Oh.
I think that about
So
does it for
Saturday.
the intros and oh yeah, last thing. This is a development build. I should have mentioned that. As always, I know we're super close to launching this game, but again, we're not on the official version of the game just yet, so this is a development build. I guess all of you get to see the intro to the game. I have to relaunch it. I'm sorry about that.
Oh.
There it goes. All right, cool.
Gunfire Games.
Pretty rad. There you go. Never before seen content. Ooh. All right. That looks better. Beautiful. Sweet. So again, this is going to be mostly about difficulty, and I have some statistics on this and all that jazz, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. And we will be showing a lot of gameplay later on in the stream, but I have a lot to kind of preface the gameplay portions of this. So I've got 3 characters here. This is our girl from last stream, right? We were out in the swamp of Corsus. I've also got this character here, which is an ex-cultist that I've been playing. Put a little bit of time into this guy. This is who we'll be playing mostly today. And then also I've got this character, which I basically just started. So we're gonna be using this guy for Nightmare, so I can show you. But first, let's go ahead and hop into our hunter. Now, if you watched the last stream, we went through one of the later zones in the game. And again, all 3 of these characters are now natural playthroughs. We didn't have to cheat anything, not a single item, not any materials, no crafting, none of that stuff. So this is actual, like, genuine gameplay experience.
Genuine.
This is a character that I made. Looking good, looking good. And here's all the items we had from last time. So if you remember from last time, we were out in Corsus, which was the 3rd world. Now, if we go here to the checkpoint and the world stone instead of Ward 13, we can see now on this same character, I can only travel to a couple locations, right? Last checkpoint, which is in a dungeon that I was doing because I wanted to test it. I think this game's fun. I was playing around with it. And then Founder's Hideout, which is the first place that you can teleport after completing the tutorial. So, I alluded to this last stream, and I can actually show it on this stream. Check this out. This is our sort of campaign menu. This shows you what game mode you're on. So you can see here, difficulty is on Nightmare. Playtime, 20 minutes. That's how long I re-rolled this world. So where we were at Corsus previously, I was able to essentially...
Is Nightmare the highest difficulty?
And you can do this at any point in your entire experience. You can just say, I'm done with this world, I want to re-roll a new one. And you can go ahead and do that by doing this. All right, here's the campaign. Here's our difficulty menu screen. So last time we were on normal, and I decided that well, that's okay. They told me to turn that off ahead of time so nobody could jump in, so I think that they're watching out for me. Remnant is multiplayer. You can play online, so you just got disconnected. That's good. So yes, normal, hard, and nightmare. You can see the descriptions here, and these descriptions are no joke. But
No
we can roll on
joke.
nightmare,
Recommended for high level players.
which now,
Oh, so it's not a skill. It's more like
character,
it's more
all
like
the same
Diablo
stuff we have.
system, right?
but when we check it out here,
It's not like
and
shit
we go to
becomes.
teleport, the only place we can teleport is now Founder's Hideout. Because the campaign that we had before has been completely re-rolled. Now that works into the dynamic generation in Remnant. So every time that you re-roll a world, or you join a friend's world, or even after you complete the tutorial, your first world, all of those are dynamically generated. So it's each tile set of the zones, and all of the enemy spawns, and what bosses you get, what world bosses you get, where the items are spawning out in the world, all that stuff dynamically generated. So every time you get into a different world, that experience is going to be different.
Nice. That's
And we can see
nice.
the world
That's very
settings here
nice.
now. We've only been playing for 47 seconds on Nightmare difficulty. Cool. But we are not going to be playing Nightmare on this character. Let's go ahead and exit back to the main menu. We are going to be playing Nightmare on a brand new character. So I've been playing this character for about 30 minutes.
All right, brand new character.
That's
I'm with
sort
you.
of
I'm
the
with
amount of
you.
time it takes to get through the tutorial. I'm familiar with it. You know, I've played this game a lot, so I can kind of just fly through the tutorial mostly. And so let's check this dude out. So we have all of the base starting gear for this archetype, which is a scrapper. The way that the sort of classes in our game work is they're actually called archetypes. So when you pick a starting archetype, it just gives you this loadout, but you can choose to get all of the other items and the weapons, the armor, even the traits from the other starting archetypes. So the scrapper starts with warrior here, and elder knowledge is the secret. I went and picked that one up, which I made a big dumb, and I started putting my points into elder knowledge instead of into vigor, because we're probably gonna get blasted here. So again, I was playing a little bit of this, but let's go ahead and re-roll the world. See, I only kind of hopped out there just to make sure it was working.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
This is a brand
Don't
new
ask me
character.
questions. I don't really know anything
then
about the
anything on
game.
this
That's why I'm watching the gameplay. It releases Friday
Let's
or
get out there and see how crazy
Saturday
this
for me,
is.
I guess.
So I fully expect to get destroyed, and most of this stream is going to be in hard mode, not a nightmare, because nightmare is intended to be a new game plus whatever way down the line.
Yeah,
And
so
I
it's
have
kind of
some
like
numbers
Diablo
here. Courtesy of
difficulties.
Tragic, one of the Gunfire devs. He's awesome. He hangs out in Discord all the time. Again, discord.gg/Remnant game. Check it out. You can talk to him. He's a really cool guy, super knowledgeable. So he was telling me if you take
But they're not
normal
supposed to
mode,
be
all the enemies and the damage
unlocked
is
from the
100%,
start,
right?
are
That's
they?
the baseline. When you get into hard, that increases to 100% HP and 170% increased damage that the enemies deal. In Nightmare, this goes up to 300% HP and 350% damage. So,
Sounds
for
like
example,
legendary.
a boss with 5,000 HP on normal will have 15,000 on Nightmare. And that's what we're playing right now. And that doesn't account for any of the scaling. So the game scales based on your armor, off your weapon levels. And it also scales based on multiplayer. So the more people you have, the harder, the more tanky the enemies are. Okay, it's time to kind of focus in. This is the very beginning of the game, immediately after the tutorial. Oh, okay, good start.
TST aimed.
Need a warm up, it's okay. Like, yeah, these guys can 1 or 2 shot me. And I've also been told
Wait,
that
they
there
can 1
are
or 2 shot him?
legit
This
bosses
is
on
hard
Nightmare,
difficulty?
regardless of your gear, they can 1-shot you on Nightmare.
Wait, no, this is Nightmare. This is Nightmare.
So you get iframes when you dodge, so I need to make sure that I'm kind of baiting these guys, dodging at the right times.
Think you can fat roll in this game?
These normal looking dudes are the root devils, so they're just kind of the very base enemy. Ooh, okay. There's friendly fire for the enemies too. You can see one of those devils hit his buddy.
I can't tell
That,
with his arm
different
placement
looking
whether or
white
not he's
one
playing
was one of the,
controller or keyboard mouse. I
ash
think it's
devils.
keyboard mouse, right? He's playing.
That wasn't so bad. We're playing a fairly tanky archetype to start off. We did take nearly half our health by getting hit once. Okay, use the iframes there. And then let's melee this guy. Sweet.
These are the starting mobs.
So if you've been watching my streams in the past, you'll
Seems
notice that
kinda
that
hard.
took a lot more ammo to kill those dudes than it did previously. I was trying to shoot them in the head. You get headshot damage, which is bonus. You'll see there's white numbers that pop up when you just get a normal shot. There are red numbers that pop up when you get a headshot. Like that. There was a white number and a red number because it's a shotgun and there's some spread.
How many classes
There are
were
yellow
there?
numbers that pop up when you crit.
5?
Oh, wow.
4?
What a pro. Here, let's melee this guy. And there are large red numbers that pop up when you get a headshot crit.
3.
Cool, so we leveled up.
I'm pretty sure it
I
said
believe you also get
4
more
different
experience when
archetypes
you're
though.
playing on higher difficulties. But you are not intended to begin the game at this difficulty, for sure. So we leveled up. Can put a point into one of our traits. I think I want to put it into Vigor here, get a little bit more health. We can probably only take 2 more hits like that, maybe only 1. Here's some dudes. Let's keep running forward. Yes, so this world, like all of them, are dynamically generated. So this tile here is what we call a backtrack tile. You may never see this backtrack tile in your first playthrough. There's a big old tree over there. You can kind of see inside. It's right there. There's a crystal. That's one of our checkpoint crystals. It's a world stone. Can't get to it right now. Have to go all the way around.
Yeah, he had 3 characters,
Unlock this
but
door, and there are a
maybe
bunch
there
of
are more
spaces
classes.
like this throughout the game. All right, well, we're coming up on our first elite here. This is a Hulk, and he's aggroed. You hear the chime there. He's pretty upset. I fought hundreds of these guys, so hopefully I don't get completely destroyed, but they
This seems pretty hard for a tutorial area.
He has a weapon in his
It is the
right hand, so I
nightmare
usually like to
difficulty,
try
but
to dodge to my right, to his left. We got to take care of the little dudes as much as we can. I heard that guy throw. The car blocked the shot.
hard equals boo.
Let's see
No,
if we can
hard
get around
equals
him.
good.
This is some ammo
In Dark
for our
Souls.
long gun. I want to pick that up for sure. Oh, okay. I hear that guy. He's aggroed with me too. Hey! Save a little bit of ammo. Kill this guy with the pistol.
Does this become harder if you have
No, we're good. We're good.
teammates?
Oh my god, this guy has so much health.
I mean,
Normally, you're supposed to have
The
a lot
enemies.
of gear at this point. Like, I was gonna say you have mods, and I can use my mod, but get completely blasted. All right, so that's Nightmare. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Gives me a good opportunity to talk about what happens when you die. So when you die, I probably should have healed. Right, when you die, it respawns all the basic enemies in the world. The bosses don't come back, but the basic enemies do. It also gives you back all of your health, your stamina, your ammo, and your dragon hearts. Now, the dragon hearts are the thing that are in the bottom right-hand corner next to where my shotgun is. You can see the shotgun icon down there. The dragon hearts are that circular.
are they
piece,
Estus flasks?
and I should have used one of those. They're sort of a permanent consumable, and you get 3 of them. But when you rest at a checkpoint, it replenishes them. And you can also get more through various means throughout the game, sort of secret things. Yes. Okay. Let's see if we can just run from this dude. Cool. Too spongy with no gear. Totally agree. Yes. The game is not intended to be played at this difficulty right out the gate. You can, however, play on hard if you want, since it's only like 50% extra health and 70% extra damage base. Okay, so because all of the base enemies, all the basic enemies, did he aggro? Damn it, he did. The basic enemies in the world respawn when you die. That guy's in a different spot, and it might not have even been him, right? It might have been someone else. He might not have even been there.
Oh shit.
There is no penalty
Time
to dying
paradox.
outside of having to restart the area again. So anything that you've picked up, all the any of the consumables that you have used,
I'm going
will
half
continue
set,
to
dude.
have been used. They're gone. But you don't lose any experience.
Yeah, he's playing with keyboard
You
and
don't
mouse.
lose any of your
You
trait points.
need to play
That stuff
keyboard
is
and
just-
mouse. Like,
back swipe.
There's no
I'm
way
trying to focus really hard to
you
not
can
die
play
here.
on these
See if I can kill
difficulties
this guy. Okay, so I
with
built my
fucking
mod power up.
controller
Mods are kind of like spells.
if you're gonna use a ranged weapon.
I activated it, and this one does a considerable amount more damage.
Fuck
I think
that.
it's 20% more damage, and it lights the dude on fire.
That's just cancer.
Really good with the shotgun. Okay, we got it. And now I have 5 shells in my shotgun, and we are nowhere.
But I don't know, maybe you can go like,
done with this area.
maybe you can go everything into melee weapon.
And the mods are in the bottom right. They're to the right of the weapons.
I don't know how that
You
works.
can see there's a little flaming bullet icon over there. So I activated that one, and that one is sort of like a steroid. It's a buff for you. So, oh, wow, what a pro. I gotta melee this dude. Let's dodge that. Fortunately, the Scrapper has some decent armor, and his weapon is really good. It staggers pretty easily.
You decide. Epic rap battles of history. What are those items that he has? Let's be honest, I never fucking use items in Dark Souls.
Looks like there's some scrap over
The
here.
fucking those
I ran out of
stones
stamina, so I couldn't
and
dodge. Yes. Go. Get a little bit more ammo. So stamina is the white bar below the health bar in the bottom right corner. I heard that guy throwing, so I was able to dodge that. Out of ammo. There's some over there. The white ones, the white drops, are for the handgun. And the red ones are for the long gun. This guy. Cool. So I'm gonna use it.
I want to see a boss fight.
After I reload. Dragon Hearts heal you for a huge amount of your health. I don't believe it's your full HP. I think it's just a large amount.
That was like
Because you
80%.
can scale up your health through different means. You can get items that scale it up. There are also traits that do that. You know, I'm super early in the game, so I haven't found any items yet.
Oh man, I wish I could
Just
go
don't have the
back
base
and
loadout for this
see the
archetype.
menu. There were rings at least. I like rings.
Handgun ammo, good stuff.
I think there was only one ring.
Oh,
slot.
Tragic coming in saying you can scale it with a trait called Triage. Thanks, Tragic. Okay, so I think that's probably all we're going to show of Nightmare. I was able to make it to this dungeon. Maybe we'll do the dungeon. All right, we'll do the dungeon. We'll do the dungeon.
Wait, I don't get it.
So we've entered our first dungeon here. You can see we get to this checkpoint. Now this is a smaller stone.
A
So it's
dungeon.
not one of the larger world
So
stones.
this is
it's a
very
world
much
stone.
like Diablo
From
meets
here, all we can do is
Dark
leave
Souls,
the dungeon
right?
or return to Ward 13. Now, if you find one of the bigger stones,
Because this dungeon
that
doesn't lead
allows you to
anywhere.
teleport to the other large stones.
Like optional stuff.
Welcome to you,
There aren't really
This one, as well as the
dungeons in
larger
Dark
one,
Souls
still
in the same
replenishes all
sense.
of your health and ammo and your Dragon Hearts.
Yeah, I never played Destiny, so I can't make that comparison.
Oh, jeez, these guys have so much health. I might have to start meleeing these guys. Usually I like to shoot them just to keep them away from me. Oh boy. This is a rot wart. He explodes. These guys attack super quick.
Even though the enemies might
So
scale
I kind of don't want to trade with them. I want to be able to
with more players,
kill them
I think
before
it
they
will
can
be
attack. So that's why I sort
easier.
of like to shoot them.
Even if you have a
There is a trait
Pepega,
point limit. All of the traits max
because
out
as long as the
20
enemies don't
points.
multiply,
and there are 30 something.
there's always one that's gonna be able to free shoot, kind of, and one that has the aggro.
You can see how quickly
So,
we're gaining XP.
It will always be
killing these
easier to
guys,
play with someone
even on
else, I
Nightmare,
think.
And I have some points in the Elder Knowledge, so it is going to take a long time to max out all of your traits. Kill this effigy.
Shroud. Oh shit, it's a
We can
lot.
get experience if we kill this guy
Dead.
before he teleports away. We have to get him to 25% health.
Loot
Oh, boy.
goblin, but
we're getting swarmed by these little dudes
aggressive.
now. No. I'm dead. All right. Yeah, Nightmare's fun.
Well,
Cool, so I think that was a good look at Nightmare. I think it'll be a little more interesting if we play on one difficulty down. Again, Nightmare is not intended to be played this early in the game. This is like new game plus, etc. So here's a character that I sort of created specifically.
Then
for
they
this
should
stream.
make.
I put a decent amount of time.
Then they
into
should
it.
make. They should lock it,
Yes, so
right?
that was Nightmare.
They
We're
should
not
lock
playing
the
Nightmare
difficulties
anymore.
until you completed the
Nightmare's
earlier
designed
ones.
to be super challenging, and it's supposed to be sort of
Especially if you
further
need
down into
gear
the
for
in-game
it.
content.
You shouldn't be
Now,
able to
this
play
character
Nightmare
we're
right
playing
away,
hard.
but I'm not sure if you can.
Something I forgot to mention before is you can see the mini-map in the top right corner. Below the mini-map shows you an icon that differentiates the different difficulties, so you know where you're at. Now, when you're playing on normal, I think that icon is a bronze color. When you're playing on hard, it's that silver. And when you're playing on Nightmare, it has a different icon and it's gold. So we are playing on hard now. I put some time into this character, and I want to show you guys some of this cool stuff that I have. So here's my loadout. You start with the repeater pistol. Every archetype starts with this weapon. Really solid. This can carry you through the whole game. Submachine gun, this is a secret early on. I like using submachine gun because it complements.
Wait, the
coach gun
basic
really well.
weapon can
Coach gun is
carry
like
you
a blast,
through the
so
whole
it does a lot of
game?
front-loaded damage, and sometimes enemies will have like a few pixels of health left. You just sort of want to
What?
finish them off. You know,
Let's be fair though. In Dark Souls,
something
you
that's
can
more
find
broken.
a
So just
sword
pop them off
early on, and
Submachine
it can
gun.
carry you
Also
through the
scrap
whole
hatchet.
game.
This is the weapon that you start with the ex-cultist archetype, and we're wearing the cultist gear. I found a secret, and I got the pocket watch again.
2 rings.
And we also got Ring of Evasion again, which is really fortunate, and also Sage Stone, which increases our experience gained. Now, I think last stream, at 8 points in Elder Knowledge, it was up to 30% experience. And so that has been nerfed. Again, this is a development build, so numbers and all that stuff is subject to change. We'll see what it's like when you actually get your hands on it.
Not maxing strength and vigor.
So I was able to kill a boss.
What now?
On hard. And we got the Mantle of Thorns. This is super strong. It makes you very tanky, but it doesn't really fit with my build. So when you kill a boss, you get a specific boss item drop, which is right here, the Flesh Barb. And you can see the Flesh Barb in my inventory here. So I've seen some questions, people asking, what if you don't want that item? What if you want to sell it? What if you're playing with friends and you get the same boss? Yes, you don't have to craft this. You can actually sell this item, and you can get a little bit of front-loaded scrap, which is our money in the game. However, you can also craft this, and next time you fight that boss, if you get this to drop, if you fight that boss and you get this item, then it'll just give you that equivalent of scrap straight up. So if you want a little bit of scrap now, you can just sell this, or you cannot trade it with others. The way that the item drops work in this game are when you're playing multiplayer, loot is shared. So when one person gets a drop, when one person like finds an item out in the world, when they find scrap, when you kill a boss, everyone gets the same item. So if I were playing multiplayer, then everyone in my party would have got that same item. You can see we've got some pretty sweet weapons here. Let's see, I got the sniper rifle. This is sort of a secret. I purchased the shotgun. This is the scrapper.
I mean,
long gun.
I don't like
that might be a
I don't like the idea of
coach gun.
ninja looting,
Your
right?
pistol starts hunting
But
rifle,
I think I like the
too.
idea
That's
of
from a hunter. And you know, I thought maybe I could transition over
everyone
that,
getting
but I think the coach gun is
personalized
really fun.
loot.
Submachine
Kinda.
gun, hatchet. We've also got some armors here. Twisted Mask. This is a little bit of a secret. I was able to find this guy. Drifters. That's also a secret.
What do you mean?
I was able to
Like,
find that.
if you kill a boss,
This is the starting
then
set. And this is the
for
beginning
you
archetype
maybe
set.
a fucking axe drops, and
So
for
something
someone
cool. Let's get into
else
some
a
light.
fucking
Kick this guy. I love that thing.
shotgun drops or something.
You cannot trade items between characters. There is no trading in the game. All loot, when it's picked up, is shared with everyone that's in the party. Everyone that's out in the
Lars,
world
thank you for
doing the
the
content
2 years,
will
man.
receive
Best
the loot
streamer
that one
Pog
person picks up,
you.
except for ammo.
I'm
Ammo's
stinking
the only
awesome. The
resource
cap
that is
XD.
not
Tiger
shared.
What's Genetic Minute
So
with the
I
get
have
to
a
grow.
great opportunity to be
Throw
able
the
to
Lordly
show off.
Tago with the tier
Yeah, we
3.
can see that.
38 months. Good fucking evening, boys. How are you doing
So
today?
check this out.
Do you have any plans
We
for
have
the
the
future?
cultist
Do you
hat here,
consider bringing back
what's
SNE
this button?
soon?
This
It would
looks
be
skin.
fucking poggers if you
Oh,
did.
Doomsayer
It would be
hat.
fucking
Whoa, look at that.
poggers, but you know what we do with poggers here.
Hot, all right. And we can switch over to the Doomsayer
Mr.
set.
Miasma, thank you for the 1 year.
This is one of the pre-order
Cat, this
sets.
is.
You can get this if you pre-order the game now, before launch on the 20th. And each of the starting archetypes has a skin for their starting archetype armor. Pretty sweet. All right. Let's go. Difficulty does scale with other players, yes. So the more people you have, the more difficult the game will be, even on normal. So on all the difficulty levels. Sweet. So this is where I ended off. We've been sort of making our way through Earth.
Make my way downtown.
Now in our last stream, we got up to this point. And this is a big event. I'm not going to spoil that. It's sort of a story point in the game. So I was able to, or not the last stream, in our last Earth stream, which is
Why did donate streams as banned for third day in a row now? Donating a third day in a row, why am I banned? I did literally nothing, please check. Don't let me ban for 4 days and donate again tomorrow, or do you only check big donation?
A couple dungeons. We got
No, but they read out, so I don't miss them as often.
Afterward,
I don't know why you're banned,
but
if you're banned, you're probably banned for a reason. And I'm too lazy to check that, and bans are usually permanent, so unfortunately, why?
We showed sort of what the game looked like, the early game enemies look like, which are just the basic root guys. And they're pretty easy. They don't really take much cover. They're kind of dumb. They just run at you. They have some ranged attacks. But there's a new enemy right here. You can see we're going to be fighting a lot of these guys. These are called Shrikes. You can hear them sort of screaming in the distance. So I probably don't have a very good build for this, because you want to kill these guys from range. And I definitely can't kill him now. Oh, he's gonna spot me. Yep. So these guys have guns. These are root, but they have guns. Nice, got a headshot there. So now we're playing on hard difficulty.
Guns.
Which will look much easier than Nightmare, because Nightmare is incredibly challenging. You can totally start the game on hard if you want. Once you beat the tutorial, then you get the option to reroll your worlds from there. The tutorial is sort of static, and then after that, then you can reroll your world as many times as you want. So after the tutorial, you can play on normal, which is the default it gives you, or you can play on Nightmare, or you can play on hard. Checking all these corners, trying to find some loot. You never know where some loot's gonna be. Oh, I whiffed. Dang, this guy did like half of my health. Okay.
Oh no. The
Okay,
chokes.
let's take cover.
The chokes.
Oh boy, there's two of them over here, not two.
Yeah, this will definitely be easier
iframes.
with more people.
Dodge them best I can. You can reload and dodge at the same time. So if you use your reload before dodging,
Yeah, at least the fire is not like aimbot for the enemies.
Different game modes do not have different loot. I think you do get a little bit of extra XP the higher difficulty level you go. But all of the loot can be collected in whatever game difficulty you choose. Oh, okay. This is an elite.
What? Wait, did he say that
I don't want to aggro him until I kill him.
you don't get any better loot for playing the hardest difficulty?
Switch shoulders. Oh no! Okay. This is another elite. There's two of them. This is an assassin. They're kind of being dumb.
Oh, only XP.
Actually, they're killing me.
You get more XP for the bigger zone or the harder difficulties.
Usually these guys like camp out at the top of buildings, but you know, they're snipers, so they're supposed to camp out on the top of buildings, but they just rush me. Widow mains, am I right? But those guys have a shield that you have to burst through before you can actually deal damage to them. And they're very fast.
Welcome to Uganda.
So if I get close to this guy, there we go. So he was just sort of lobbing projectiles at me. I fought him in a good spot, and I could get a lot of headshot damage on him because he's got a huge head. And he spawned in this little corner. But usually they spawn really
He
far
meant
away.
that all the items can drop on normal difficulty, but with little drop rates, like low drop rates.
Oh boy. This guy's a seed caller. There's two of them. Okay. They're spawning
No.
many things at me today.
Yeah, I don't know what he meant.
The hatch is good. It doesn't have much.
But there
range,
must be
it's fast.
some sort of reward for playing a
It's
higher
supposed to spawn, and
difficulty.
it's kind of hard to hit things with. Okay. So these guys will shoot out the little hollows here, they do have a head, so I can.
I need more XP.
Okay, I'm gonna activate my mod. Oh my god, I'm gonna die here.
But why do you need XP if you can beat the hardest
Forgot to reload.
boss
Use those iframes.
or the last boss or whatever on the normal difficulty?
I have to kill that dude.
You don't need that XP.
Nope, I'm gonna die. I have to heal. I'm dead. Oh, jeez, okay. Whew. I didn't kill them quick enough. A lot of there's 2 of them today. All right. So yes, you can play the game on whatever difficulty you want. This is just to challenge yourself, and if you want a little bit more XP. If you think the base game is too easy, then here you go. You can play this. It's also sort of a new game plus a challenge type thing where once you start getting the gear and you've seen all the content the game has to offer, then you can totally just come back here and do higher difficulties. And you know, if you think that multiplayer is too easy, here you go. But yeah, multiplayer also does scale with the amount of people that you have. So you can play, oh, I can't get up right there. It's a little bit too high. You can play 1 through 3 players. So you can totally play the entire game by yourself if you want, the entirety of the game. Or you can play with 1 friend, or you can play with 2 friends. There's also random matchmaking. So if you want to just hop into somebody else's game, or if you want to host and have other people hop into your game, totally cool. I think I'm going to use a Bloodwort. So in the bottom left-hand corner are consumables. The Bloodwort, the first one in my number 1 slot that I have 5 of, and you can see the number in the top right. It's the red flask there. This gives you a healing over time. Oh, sorry, hold up. Okay, hopefully we can heal.
Is that?
I'm glad I used the Bloodwort. That probably saved me. Give me a little bit of extra health when I needed it. It's this guy. This game is Remnant from the Ashes, releasing on August 20th, just next Tuesday, on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam, and Arc. So that chime means that there's an elite coming our way. It's another seed caller.
Maybe you
So
just
switch over to the SMG.
He's down.
Reloading is canceled by melee.
treat
so
this as a
attacks
playthrough
will cancel
and not
your reload, but dodging will
and
not.
not gear farming.
Some headshots on this guy. One
Gear
more,
farming
melee.
game.
And then dodge, dodge, dodge. Okay, we're good. I think I'm gonna use another Dragon Heart now just to top off. I kind of, oh boy.
I mean, if you treat it as a
Sort of feel like we're
playthrough
gonna be getting close to.
rather than a gear farming thingy-majingy, then it's more like Dark Souls,
Yeah,
right?
spawning these projectiles that
Where you don't
behind us.
repeat the same bosses or
Usually
whatever.
those guys spawn really far away, but I guess I've been pretty lucky in that they're spawning super close. So I feel like we're going to be getting close to a dungeon soon. And once we reach the dungeon, then we're guaranteed to have a shard, a world shard, which will replenish our health and ammo and all of our Dragon Hearts. So it's okay that I'm using them now. That's another elite. And there's another one here. Maybe we should check this corner first.
I want to say a boss. A boss fight.
All right.
I assume it's the first
So I
boss
can
fight.
give a little update on the status of all of our platforms that the game is launching on. For PS4, I know that there's a lot of questions about that. All I can say is that Sony's on it. They're dealing with that right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any more information to give you guys, but once we do, like the moment we do, we're gonna put it on our social channels. So we are on Twitter, we are at Remnant_game, and on Facebook, we are at Remnant Game. On Xbox,
Comparing it to Warframe.
since we just
I
found
don't
one
know.
over there, we found that tome. On Xbox, the game is
If
already
it's the
available
same
for preload.
system.
And VIP Preview Weekend will be going live
Do you have different
midnight
difficulties
on
in
Friday.
Warframe?
Eastern Time, which is actually 9 p.m. Pacific Time
I don't think you do.
on Thursday. Which means basically tomorrow you'll be able to play on Xbox. And Steam, we are working on that right now. We should have another update on Steam very soon, probably today. But VIP Preview Weekend for Steam will also be this upcoming weekend. So if you pre-order, then you get access to the VIP Preview Weekend on those two platforms.
It's based on levels.
And you also get
Yeah, you
access
unlock
to
new dungeons when you get to a
exclusive
certain level,
skins
right?
for each of the 3 starting archetypes, which we're wearing one right now, pretty sweet. And you can see those
Not
on the website.
like you can choose difficulty.
This game does offer matchmaking and or co-op. So I'm playing solo right now, but you can play up to 3 players. You can play the entirety of the game solo if you want. You can also play the entirety of the game in a party of 2 or
Bloodborne
a
plus
party of 3.
Destiny.
It's
I
drop
actually
in,
never
drop out.
played that
It is
dungeon
the
in
host's
Bloodborne. I finished the game. I
to run the game.
didn't do any. I
All right,
didn't
so
do
I
any
think this is a brand
dungeons.
new area that we've never shown before. This has been in some of our videos, but I certainly haven't shown this on a stream. So this is our Canopy area. We're in a
They
dungeon
were
now.
shit.
We're
Yeah,
in the
people said
overworld
that they
previously.
weren't
We
that
ran to this
great.
dungeon.
I just
There's a lot of these rock forts
played
over
like Dark
here.
Souls, like normally.
You know, I'm not sure which dungeon this is, so we'll have to find out. There might be a boss, there might be an event. I think this might be one of the boss dungeons. These guys explode.
No Man's Sky's
So
biggest
on Steam,
update
we're
so far
shooting
is coming.
for,
I saw
we're
something about it
shooting
on
for
Twitter and
VIP
someone
Preview Weekend
mentioned
to
it
launch at
before,
the same time
a
that
couple
it's
days
launching
before.
on Xbox. I
don't
can't
know.
confirm that 100% yet, but we're really targeting for it to release at midnight EST on Friday, which is 9 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday. And on Xbox, that's a global time. So midnight EST, that time globally. We can save a little bit of ammo on those dudes. But they also do friendly fire, so maybe we can... Nope. The enemies do friendly fire to themselves, and also in multiplayer, you will be doing friendly fire to your teammates. It's reduced. It's only 25% of the range damage that you deal.
What's the
but
punishment for
you
griefing?
can't just fire all willy-nilly. You gotta be careful. Gotta watch your aim. This guy.
How do they prevent people
Just heard an
from
elite spawn.
being
Oh
cunts?
boy. This is one of our spore brutes.
Your team dies?
Wait, what? This guy.
Have you ever played a fucking competitive game where people just
So these dudes, oh man.
TK and shit?
These dudes peel a piece of themselves
They don't care
off and
if
throw
there's-
it at you. And it explodes, it does AoE damage, and also it puts down this this cloud of the root rot. So he's kind of creating a zone for us that we don't want to pass through. Because when you get root rot, the debuff, which I have a little bit of right now, and I got a little bit more right there. You can see there's a debuff bar. Okay, cool. We have a good weapon to fight that guy. And he came up to us. So root rot in the top left, you'll be able to see what debuffs you have. So our bar isn't fully full right now, so we're not actually affected by that, but when it does get full, then you are affected by this ailment, which gives you infected, which causes random coughing fits. And you can cure that with my number 4 consumable. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Oh, a purple. This guy. I hurt him. There we go. Yeah, so he exploded and he killed all the
Isn't
dudes around him.
ammo gonna be an issue on higher difficulty versus bosses?
Alright, here's some perps. Let's see what we picked up. Mother's Ring. Okay. Mother's Ring.
Like you run out of ammo on a boss and then
Damage,
what?
That's really good. I don't think it's good right now. In this dungeon particularly, we're going to be fighting a lot of melee dudes since there's a lot of hollows. So I'm not going to equip that just yet. Oh, here's a chest for us. Get a nice little explosion of crafting materials. Yes, will there be pre-order for this game on Steam? Yes, you can pre-order the game right now on Steam. And you will have access to our VIP Preview Weekend this weekend. The game launches next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, August 20th, on all of our platforms.
Gaben!
On Steam right now, then you can play it this weekend. Okay, so that's where we went up. I don't think I've checked this corner yet. Let's see what's down here. Yes, not on Epic Game Store. If you want to play on PC, you can play on Steam or Arc, which is the perfect world launcher. I should heal. this up. All these little yellow drops are going to be crafting mats.
Welcome to Uganda.
Or monies. The scrap is actually the money, but it's mostly used for crafting. You can also
Can
use
you
it to
react a
purchase
bit
symbols.
harder?
Oh, this. I'm not good
No,
with the scrap.
I'm just observing.
I usually
Trying to make up my mind.
save a little bit of ammo on that guy.
But yeah, this looks
You
more
just have to mob
like...
this dude. He's got a big face though, so we have a good weapon to fight him. Oh.
I was expecting a bit more melee.
So like I showed on last stream, you can aim your melee attacks. So we can aim it down like this, and you can hit the ground, or you can aim it up. Yeah. So I could have hit that dude in the face, but I missed.
I just really don't like the fact that you can get everything on
We saw
normal
one of these a little bit earlier. This is a Tome of Knowledge.
and
It gives you a
hard,
free
but you
trait
can
point.
get on the highest difficulty
You get traits
nightmare.
by leveling up. And
Like, that's
from-
just like, what is the point?
Oh, he was hitting the
At
button.
least you should get rewarded for
Hey,
being
Forsen,
a
tell
god
him to stop.
gamer.
He's playing the whole game. There's no point in doing a plot for up now.
He's playing the whole game.
I like to walk forward into them to kind of bait them to attack. And once they start their attack animation, you can just sort of start walking
Spoiling.
backwards.
Welcome to Uganda.
I think this is a good time to show how dodging works. Oh. So if you press a direction and you dodge, then you'll dodge in the direction you press. So you can dodge forward, you can dodge backwards, and you can see in the bottom right it's using a lot of stamina for the dodges. You can dodge to the sides, you can dodge diagonally, but also you can neutral dodge,
Welcome
which
to
I don't
Uganda.
think gives you as much iframes if you just don't press a direction and you dodge. I think it uses less stamina. It doesn't have as many iframes, but it also moves you backwards pretty quick. Oh boy, there's another elite. This is one of our tumblers.
I just play Dark Souls.
These guys, when paired with a bunch of
Play
other
Dark
hollows,
Souls.
can be
man.
really deadly because they attack in a different sequence.
When are they making a fucking randomizer for the fucking Dark
Should
Souls
activate the
3?
mod.
Is that ever
Just have to
happening,
unload
or
this guy.
what's up with that shit?
Yes. He's a tree. He's weak to fire. Speaking of mods, on our other weapon here,
It's hard.
we have the mod for
Why is it so much
Ex-cultist
harder than
archetype,
making it for Dark Souls
which is a
1?
healing
I don't really
circle.
get that.
which I'm going to use now.
There is one.
The
No, there
Ex-cultist
isn't
is sort
one.
of our support archetype. You start
I'm
with this
talking about
mod,
randomizing
and
like
everybody
bosses
that's standing
and
inside of this will
stuff.
be healing for the duration of it. So, awesome for team support. If you're playing multiplayer, it's a great idea to have that mod. You can heal everybody that's in it.
Because
We have a
Dark
few
Souls
other
3
items we can
mods soft ban you.
Okay, looking at
They
the
soft
minimap, I can
ban
see
you
that
if you
part of the
play
map up here is
offline?
covered, so we're gonna be running this way. There's this little switchback up there, and I can open the map and see. Yep, we need to be going this way. But I like to check the corners. I don't want to miss any loot.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Nice, killed that dude.
There is a Dark Souls 2 randomizer though that looks like Dark Souls 1. Sorry, Dark Souls 2 randomizer that's very similar to Dark Souls 1, right?
did
That I
have a
haven't
decent
played.
build for this
I
dungeon.
just now realized.
Oh! I walked into that.
Dark Souls 2 has offline mod. So does
So
Dark Souls
before we get
3.
infected here, I'm gonna run away.
Wait, do they not have Dark
And we're
Wait,
gonna go ahead and use.
do they not have
some of this
offline mod in
real
Dark
skin
Souls
tonic.
3?
And it removes the debuff entirely, and in the very bottom right, you can see that now we have a buff.
No.
And that's going to increase our resistance.
They do.
to
They
the
must
mod build.
have. I mean, you can just plug out your fucking internet cable. I mean, I couldn't stream, but
Okay.
in theory.
It has been a long time since I've been into this dungeon. That's one of the cool things about
Right?
Dynamic
Of course,
Generation,
it's offline.
is you never know what dungeon you're gonna get. We could have got completely different dungeons here. But, you know, I've done this one many times.
Offline Steam
I've played
mod,
this
yeah.
game for
Whatever.
over a year now. So I have a... Oh, okay. Well, that's a pretty big secret item there. That simulacrum, there are one of those in each world, each of our 4 worlds. Only one throughout each playthrough in each of our 4 worlds, and then another hidden one. So you can only get 5 of those in a single entire campaign playthrough. And I'm not going to tell you what they do. You can find out on your own.
Supplies,
Pretty sure we're
motherfucker!
getting up to a boss here.
Oh, okay, here we
If it
go.
were an event,
Boss time.
likely it would have given us some sort of like breadcrumb earlier on. So since there's the gate here that's transporting us to a different area, I'm pretty sure.
But this is a dungeon, is it not? No, he just went out of the dungeon. Or is this still a dungeon?
This may be the
Because
tunnel.
dungeon bosses aren't the same in like Diablo and stuff, right?
Ooh, I have not fought this guy in months. It's been a long time.
You have the campaign bosses.
So we get a checkpoint crystal. And before we travel, let's just go kind of take a peek.
I know this mist.
We don't want to walk through here. I can kind of see it, and there's some colors. Okay, I think this is certainly a boss. So we're going to go back and we're going to upgrade so that we're a little bit stronger for this boss. And I can show off some upgrading. Yay. Will AoE be in this game? Yes, there are a bunch of things that deal AoE damage. So there's like a grenade launcher type weapon that deals AoE. All of the melee weapons.
This is Dark Souls 4? No, this is definitely not Dark Souls 4.
Like you can get swords that do some like sweeping attacks. And there's some other mods that...
There's a lot of similarities,
different
like
things
the
as well.
bonfires
The mods are sort of like our
and
spells. And so the way that the mods work is...
the dodging, the boss
Both of these have full mod
mists,
power, so I kind of want to keep them.
the
Actually,
Estus
forget about
flasks,
it. We'll just show it. So the mods work like this. You can unequip a mod on a weapon. and
the
then we'll equip
rings,
this,
I guess.
And you can see all of the available mods are here. So I can swap these mods.
But the
and pick
gameplay,
ones.
or
I like having this
maybe not the
loadout
gameplay, but the... How do I put
because it's
this?
great. Hotshot deals an additional
Dark Souls
20%
feeling
damage,
is
and this
not
weapon
there.
has
It's
a
not
really
like...
high-end damage.
It's not
So 20% on
optional
top of that's
to
gonna do a
go
lot more.
into this building and, you know, or
This game is
go
Remnant from the
towards the
Ashes.
east direction for 5
We
minutes
are
and check
launching
what's on that
on
side of the
PlayStation
map.
4, Xbox One.
It's
Steam,
like a,
and
it's
Arc
probably
on
pretty
August
linear,
20th,
is what I'm
next
trying to
Tuesday.
say.
So it doesn't
It's
look
pretty
like we can upgrade
linear.
our coach gun. The way that upgrading works is you can upgrade the weapons to 20.
I mean, you have
and at each
dungeons,
5
right?
interval, it's going to require a different type of material.
Dungeon, but dungeons are
this is
still like,
4.
you're linear,
You
and
can
then
see
you
this
have a
is
dungeon on your
plus
right.
4.
You go in
Upgrading
the
to plus
dungeon, and then you
5
come
will give
back
us
from the
increased
dungeon,
damage.
and then you have your path
And
again.
it costs us iron. And it'll also cost us a little
The
bit of
bosses
scrap.
are in a
So
set
scrap
order.
is
It's more like
iron,
Diablo
so
in that way.
However, the coach gun is already 5, so it's going to be requiring forged iron, which we have not found yet. We
From
can
what I
upgrade this
understand,
machine
I
gun,
might
let's do
be
that.
wrong, but
I'm
that's
not
what it
gonna
looks
upgrade
like.
the melee weapon, but we can upgrade some of our armor. There we go. That's probably good. I don't want to use too much of my materials because I don't know what I'm going to get from this boss. And I want to make sure that I save some. so
Little
that
dark
if the boss
sassy.
item that drops is cool, then we can craft that. Another thing while we're in town, so that was kind of our upgrade corner, like our crafting corner, and this is our kind of purchasing corner. This gal over here, Ace,
Hey, traveler.
she sells some crafting materials, and they're kind of random, and she replenishes her stocks occasionally, so she is selling Illuminite, which is great. But I know we have enough Illuminite already. This drops from sort of elite monsters and from bosses. And also the iron is just a basic crafting material. And her stocks will change periodically. And this is Reggie. This guy's awesome. He sells a bunch of consumables. So you can see here's the oil skin, which we already have equipped. There's the hydro coolant, frenzy dust.
Go
This
to
is
the
another
boss
AoE,
already, boss.
item. It's a consumable. You drop it down. Everybody who stands inside of it is affected by this. Here's the blood word to heal. Bandage stops bleeding. Ammo box gives you ammo, and a
Titanite shard.
Steroid. And you can also sell your items.
Is he playing
So,
live? Yeah,
Like we were talking about earlier, I can sell this
I
flesh barb
think. I mean,
if I don't want it. And then next time we come back
seems
to
to
the
be
boss and drop
answering
this flesh
chat
barb,
questions.
it'll
So.
give me the flesh barb, or I can just craft this. And then if we were to fight that boss again, instead of getting this item,
You get the
then it would
credits.
just straight up give me the scrap.
Oh,
And we can sell all of our consumables too.
How did I
we wanna
know
hang on to
that?
those for now. Alright, sweet. So we're upgraded, we have a little bit more defense, a tiny bit more offense.
Okay, so this
Is random matchmaking? Yes, so you can just hop
this
into
is
somebody
gonna be
else's
the
game,
first
or you can
boss
host your own
of the
game.
second hardest out
So
of
since
3
we haven't
difficulties.
found a large crystal, one of the ones like this,
I think
don't
this is the
have
first
this
boss.
available in the list. So what we have to do is return to the last checkpoint.
Let's
It'll
see how
take us
strong.
right
Not
into
first.
the
Is it
boss
not the
area.
first?
Yes, you can play solo or up to
Oh,
3 players.
maybe it's
going.
not the first.
So you can play solo, you can play with 2, or you can play with 3 players.
Okay. Whatever. Let's see mechanics.
You can use healing potions to heal yourself. You have dragon hearts, which are like a permanent consumable that are replenished every time you rest. And there's also other types of healing items,
Just
like in the
say
bottom left
Estus
corner of the
flask
blood
so we
wart.
understand.
That'll heal you over time. Cutscenes before the bosses. All right. Oh, it's Mangler. Ooh. Okay. This guy's a little bit smaller than I remember. He's kind of hard to
Oh,
see.
is it random? He seemed
I hear him coming
surprised.
for me.
Maybe
This
he just
guy.
forgot.
Oh no. I'm dead. So we're on hard mode here, folks. Okay.
Welcome to Uganda.
Good
That
stuff.
wasn't even remotely close though, let's be honest.
Yeah, we got completely bodied there. I have not fought this guy in many, many days.
Many days. I first tried ONS, buddy.
Oh, he
This
just
ain't
burrowed
nothing.
under the ground. And now he's spawning other dudes. Alright, time to focus in. I'll re-chat after. This dude. That guy. Oh, I dodged too early. Yep. Okay, you gotta dodge late on this guy. He moves a little bit slower than I remember. Dodge that. Heal. Okay, we're good. Back in business. He's burrowing again. So next to the boss name, you can see it says Hardy. Now that's a random affix that the bosses get. Hardy means that he has more health. Okay, he's over here. Oh, he's tired. Switch weapons real quick. Oh boy.
Hardy
Not
hard.
managing my reloads very well.
Yeah, that's like Diablo,
Back under.
right?
I'm glad. I'm super
But
glad
bosses
I
usually
upgraded
don't
this
have
system.
those. Only elite mobs.
Oh no! Good for a moment. Let's see. Oh, he just crashed into that tree.
You did.
Just play it safe. Play it safe. We still don't have mod power for this, so I need to heal like right now. I hear him. Dude, I think maybe I'm focusing on the ads too much. Ah, I dodged too early again. Light him on fire.
Not gonna lie though, it seems pretty hard.
Where'd he go? There he is.
But this
Oh, he
will
really
be
blended
so
in.
much easier with 4 people. Even if the mobs get stronger, they don't multiply.
This, I might die here. Try to stay in this zone. This is our healing mod.
Because someone has
Gonna
got
work
to
for
be
us.
this
Oh!
guy taking
Okay,
all
he's
the
staggered
fucking
or something. I
aggro,
don't
and
know
then
what
others
this
are
is.
just
I
gonna
haven't fought this guy in a
fucking
long time. Maybe he's just sleeping.
free shoot.
Oh, he's big! No! Oh, jeez, I should have dodged to the side. Okay. Okay, that was phase 2. We got him to phase 2. We're good, we're good. Alright, I see the fight. I think I just need to push him into phase 2 as fast as I can. We're dealing with a lot of
Definitely hard
ads,
to solo this game.
and it's fatiguing. We're using a lot of our dragon hearts and like consumables and our mods and stuff. There we go. Yeah. Slow down.
There is a randomizer mod called Strazels on Nexus
Alright, there we
Forsen
go, there we go.
Scoots, and
I
you have
think I got the
randomized
beat on.
enemies as well. Okay, go Teton. Okay, go
Let's try to take care
Teton.
of the ads
Okay,
now
go
while he's
Teton.
growing.
Okay, go Teton.
Yeah.
Okay, go
It's kinda
Teton.
But does it
Okay, go
randomize
Teton. Okay, go
bosses?
Teton.
Wait for him to stop
That's the
spinning.
question.
Blast
I don't
him.
think I would have heard about it. Yes.
Oh, I want to get that damage in. It's okay that I didn't
Stray
reload.
Souls does. Really?
Okay, now we gotta reload. Now he's
Alright, I'll check this out.
Walk forward a little bit, bait this guy.
You baited.
There's too many ads. Oh, he burrowed again. I don't think I got any damage on him during that
Can't
phase.
even Skyrim dungeon, man. Motherfucker, I'm playing on legendary difficulty, okay? You don't even know how to spell legendary, you fucking adept.
I think he's gonna be stopping soon. Yep. Oh boy. Ooh, okay. My aim sucks. He's too quick. Oh no, dude, stop spawning ads. There's so many.
Welcome to Uganda.
Okay, he's back.
He's
Maybe
gonna
there's all these
wipe.
2 ads. I have to try to heal. Oh, jeez, I'm dead. Okay. It's right, okay. We got this, we got this. Keep rolling, yep. Alright. Whew, okay. I had a strategy, and I just completely lost it. I started focusing on the ads again. I really got to push damage into the boss. Actually, let's check to see... Yeah, I don't think Mother's Ring is really going to help us here. Stage Stone's not doing anything either. Ring of Evasion is doing okay for us. Pocket Watch, that's really good. These aren't upgraded, but more stamina. I'm not... okay. I think the items that I have right now, and it's early game, so I don't have too many items, but I think the items I have right now are going to be okay still.
Dev role-playing
I
as
just have to focus
Forsen.
more on the boss.
Wait, is this guy Dev?
Which I
I don't
totally
even know.
said last time, but I ended up getting overwhelmed by the ads. Maybe we just keep a couple ads up? He just knocks into that tree, dude. That's great. Okay, these things explode. No, I don't want to. I could have. Those little things explode and they do AoE damage. So I need to avoid them, but they will deal damage to the enemy. There's another one right there. Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
when you zoom
He's
in
burrowing.
or aim down the side with a weapon, your field of view gets too scuffed for these kind of games where you're supposed to be on your dodge all the time.
Okay, we're good, we're good. No worries. I'm gonna heal right now because I have a moment. It's not the most efficient, but... Should we reload? He's burrowing again. Take care of these dudes. Two ads. The boss. He stops rolling if he hits one of his guys, too. I just noticed that. We're gonna pop this right now. Reload, dodge. Reload, dodge.
You can reload while you're dodging.
We got one shot on him, it's okay. So the thing about the hotshot mod that I just activated there is it does not apply to the other weapons. Oh, he's burning still.
Welcome to Uganda.
Just wore off too. Okay, there we go, phase 2. Good dodge. Dodge that guy. Dodge again. Get a load of the ammo while we're reloading. It's burrowing. This is super camping. This is very intense. I'm sorry, I want to answer questions, but I want to actually beat this so that we can show more content. No. Okay. Heal. We did not get the heal off. I'm gonna put this down. No. Oh, you? I'm glad I was in the circle. Circle's still healing. That was a good decision. There's a lot of ammo here.
Good
While he's burrowing,
decision.
I'm gonna go pick this up.
To stay or
dodge
not
right there.
stay inside a healing
we're good.
circle.
Activate hotshot. No. Okay, we're good. I'm nearly dead. How am I gonna do this? Oh, damn it. Okay. So close. Whew.
This kind of reminds me of
Okay, this next round.
when speedrunners choke at
We'll get this, we'll get
AGDQ.
So hard mode. Mm-hmm.
Can feel the pain and the pressure.
It's pretty challenging. We have a good strat though. And I think I sort of had the timing down for this. If we can just get him to bash into something. Oh, okay, that happens too.
So this is what it feels like watching Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
if we can just get him to
watching me
bash
play
into
Dark
something,
Souls.
then I think he stops rolling.
Except I first try motherfuckers all the time. Blind first tries even.
Okay, a couple shots into its back. I don't know where his weak spot is.
How many bosses have I first tried in the Dark Souls? In all Dark Souls. A
Yeah, so this is
bunch,
just
a
hard mode.
bunch
This is not even
of
Nightmare. We
bosses.
showed a little bit of Nightmare earlier.
Only
Nice,
one?
he hit his buddies there.
No. We first tried a lot of bosses.
That was one of the traps. It explodes and it deals fire damage, but those guys just died, so. Dodge that. Okay, nice.
Especially in Dark Souls 1.
I don't want to use Contract just yet,
Poise!
because I think it's a little bit too late in the fight. I want to give him to phase 2. It'll push phase 2 earlier if I use it, though. I'm gonna use a Bloodwort to sort of heal us over time.
I did first try
I
some
wanna use the
bosses
full Dragon
in
Heart.
Dark Souls 2, my first playthrough as well. Got a nice hammer, I remember. First tried the first boss, and I think I almost first tried the... I forgot what it's called, the guy who flies towards you with a big shield. Or did I
There we
first
go.
try him on my first playthrough? Maybe I did.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe I did. I remember something. Something happened. Pursuer. That might have been it. Pursuer.
Okay, I have to get up to this guy.
But Fume Knight could eat my ass. Jesus Christ, you cannot fat roll
Okay.
that fucking guy to save your
I
life.
dodged at that time. We're in business.
Jesus. Question is how many bosses you first tried in Bashi. Sulgun still waiting. Good luck. You know, I don't think there's a
Please be friendly in chat.
single
Thank you.
person ever in the history of mankind who first tried a Bashi boss blind. Like that's a pretty big thing to say, but
That
I'm
was really
pretty
fortunate
sure it's
that he didn't
accurate.
go right into me, but
First playthrough. No
get
way you fucking
gonna get
first
hit, but
try a
that's
Bashi boss.
I had to
Doesn't
take
matter if it's fucking Hello Kitty or whatever. Alright. Is he gonna choke?
activate the mod. Light him on fire. Okay,
Oh
he's really
no,
low.
he's
Ooh,
greeting. I've been here. You're already dead on my screen,
he's on
buddy.
fire. Die to die.
Oh.
Okay, we got it. Easy. First try. No problem.
Oh my god, it is me.
Alright. Whew. We did it. That was fun. This is super early game.
Alright, gonna take like 1 second.
That was super intense. Okay. So we got an item. We got the Hollow Seed. So if we were in multiplayer, then everyone in the entire party would have got that. So you can choose whether you want to craft that item, whatever it's going to give us, and we're going to go check it out right now. Yeah, you can choose whether you want to craft that, or you can just hold it, or you can sell it later, what have you. Easiest boss in the game, no joke. Super easy. Okay, that was definitely the most times I had died in this run. That was fun. That's pretty engaging. So you can imagine on multiplayer, while you have other people to sort of watch your back, and you have some synergies between some of your mods, and like I could put down my healing mod, and that would heal my buddies. Also, the scaling is there, so he would have more health and possibly do more damage. There would very likely be more enemies to fight. And now, like we saw earlier, oh wait, this is actually a different one. So this is a backtrack tile that we've hit, that we've unlocked. So we can run over here and get this guy. And here, we've seen this dude before. Hello, tree.
You know what would have been good? If someone made
Turn back to War 13.
one of these
we can craft from this item that we got for beating the boss. And then I think that'll just about wrap it up.
What do you call it? Dungeon
Maybe we'll
games?
see what the next
I don't know what
dungeon
you
is.
call them.
I don't think we have time to actually run the dungeon. Maybe we'll walk in there.
Schlooters, but not a
That's
shooter.
pretty rad.
Like third person, but with like.
So here's McCabe. She will help you with all of the crafting, and we got Seed Collar. Oh,
Actual
wow.
Dark
Seed
Souls,
Collar's
builds
dope.
like
So this is the
4
Hollow
classes,
Seed.
like I don't
So
know,
this
whatever,
summons the
barbarian,
Hollows.
mage, and
we've shown this
knight,
off a bunch of
and
times before. So we're gonna go ahead and craft. Oh yeah, so
or
it
a
requires
ranger
Hollow
or
Seed,
something.
It requires Luminite, and then we have Mantle of Thorns from earlier. Seed Collar. We can craft this,
You're done here?
and we've received it.
I'm not in the mood for chat.
So because it's a mod, which mods are sort of like our spells.
Or just fucking make
can put
Elden
that mod
Ring.
into any one of
Alright,
these weapons,
just fucking
right?
make
We have the
Elden
Reaper
Ring.
Pistol here,
Alright,
we can put
just
it
make
here.
it faster. That's exactly what I want.
Equip this.
That's exactly what I
These guys
want.
out.
Just make that shit
Equip this.
fast.
Equip that. Cool.
Why did on stream says, here's my log. How is it any different from anyone in the chat? Oof, that was close.
As far as weapons and armor, I know that there are 13 base weapons in the game. And the base weapons are the ones that are able to put mods into. You can put a mod into it. There are
Alright,
also boss
so the
weapons
last thing you
that have an
wrote was
intrinsic mod
try
that you
hard
cannot
mancer.
remove. And those are generally more
Yeah,
powerful.
quite a
now,
few
what we got
times.
from this guy was a mod. So we can put that into the base weapons. The actual boss weapons generally drop from the world bosses that are at the end of each zone. And those are much more
Now,
powerful. Those you can
you might have
only
gotten
upgrade to
away
level
with it
10
if you
instead of
typed it
level 20,
once, but since
they
you
scale
spam
up
it, it's
differently,
easier for the
so
mods
a level
to
10
find
is
you,
essentially
right?
a level 20. Like a level 2 is essentially a level 4. And those mods are much more powerful. So actually, I'll leave it up to chat. Maybe I shouldn't do this, but I have a major story spoiler here.
You have
that
to
I can
understand, just
unlock
because
right
everyone
now.
else is spamming something that you might be
Do
spamming,
you guys want to see a huge spoiler?
doesn't mean that they are as unlucky as you are. Alright?
No, no.
Someone is about.
Okay,
someone
no,
has
we're
to
not
go
gonna show it.
down. And if you want to play the
Okay.
fucking
I'm
roulette,
glad you guys are saying no.
be my guest.
Because it's pretty sweet, but you know, our little tree buddy here. So if you walk up to him and talk to him, then you get something.
Bandai Namco
Right? But as with many
denied
things in
rumors
Remnant,
of
there are a
showing
lot of
Elden
different
Ring
ways to
gameplay at
approach
Gamescom.
different situations.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck told me that,
So there is something that you can do by talking to him, and there are
but
other
someone
things that
did
you can do
tell
there
me
too.
that.
And that's where we'll leave.
Which means that
Check the map. So we just came out of a
it's
dungeon over
probably
here.
not gonna be released next
So we can
year.
check this side, I think that might be another
It's
dungeon.
probably gonna be 2021.
And maybe we'll just walk into this dungeon and see what it is. This way?
Not gonna lie. 2021.
Wait, this might actually be a world boss. I'm not sure, we'll find out. Dynamic generation is a beautiful thing because you never know what you're getting into. And each experience is different.
World boss? Wait, what? I don't get it.
There are a ton of secrets that you can find throughout your game. I honestly have no idea what this is. I've never seen this before. I have no idea what this thing is. Should we do this? I don't know what this is. I don't know. I don't think this is not a world boss.
Not
I'm fairly certain this is
scripted,
not a world
Pog.
boss. It looks like it's just
All
a boss.
right.
Maybe it's an event.
Let's do it.
Do you want to see this thing? Well, you
This
guys
is
decide if you wanna see
Akuya,
this.
Rubentus Ponton,
I can show you. So out of all the items that I picked up,
Destimitsu,
right, in
and
about
sit
2
and
hours of
rotating,
gameplay,
boys.
that includes the tutorial too.
Deep fried
The tutorial
trailer.
takes about a half hour. Oh, okay. While you guys are deciding, oh yes, you want to see this.
Yeah, now
we'll
the
get
chat
into
is
this
gonna
in
say,
some
no,
more.
we don't.
I've never seen this thing before. I have no idea
Just
what
go.
this is.
Just go. Oh shit.
So, you can actually die in the tutorial. There's 2 places where you can die in the tutorial. Now, you probably don't want to because you can gain experience from the tutorial, right? It's a really easy XP early game. But you can totally just get completely shreked in the tutorial and then you skip it.
Everything
It's
but
like,
the
oh,
last
sorry,
2
you
bosses
suck.
is
Here, we're just
tutorial
gonna
according to
carry you
chat.
through the rest
So
of it.
yeah, you can die.
So in the beginning, like, up to this point, I'll show you some of the secrets that I found. Elder Blessing is a secret. You can get this immediately after the tutorial. Submachine gun's a secret. You can also get that right after the tutorial. Sniper rifle, that's a secret. You can get that in the beginning portion of the game. Twisted mask, that's a secret. You can get that in the beginning of the game. Well, that's a random thing that you might be able to find. Drifter's overcoat, that's a thing that you can 100% get in the beginning of the game. Same with Drifter's trousers, these are all secrets. Pocket watch, this is dynamically generated, so this is something, a secret on a dynamic generated tile that you can get in the game. And then all these other things right here, the rings I found just by exploring. And all of these mods, like I purchased Hotshot, and we just found Seed Collar. So, all right, lots of secrets, tons of secrets.
Secretception.
So we're gonna check it out, and then I think this will probably be the end of the stream. Cause I want to find out what this is. I've never seen this before. Okay, that's a thing. Do I shoot it? Survive the metamorphosis, okay. Oh. Oh, it's like a horde mode thing? I just have to survive. How long do I survive for? Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of really good questions in chat. The difference between playing on normal, which is the default, playing on the default difficulty and playing it on hard is that the enemies scale up. So the enemies have 50% more HP and 70% more, they deal 70% more damage. And I believe you get a little bit more XP for playing on this. Now when you go up to Nightmare, they are 300% health and like 360 something damage. And also I believe you get a little bit more XP from that. So end game, once you've beat your campaign, if you play solo, if you play with friends, whatever, once you've beat your campaign, then you can reroll the world, and that will give you probably completely different experience. So the way that the dynamic generation works is that once you roll a world, like we rolled a world here, all of it is sort of locked out, or it's set out in front of you. So this event here might not be in my next playthrough, it might not be in my next 2 playthroughs, my friends might not see it, maybe you see it and your friends don't, right? Like I've never seen this thing before. I've never done this event before. That's the greatest thing about dynamic generation. I've never seen this before. It's just completely new content. But I've been through this portion of Earth like 30 times now. I fought all of these enemies like 30 times. Oh no, not you! Please don't kill me. Jeez. I shouldn't have done that. I should have moved right instead of moving left. All right.
Was that the boss?
And so those the scaling numbers
Was that the
don't
boss?
even account for how much scaling is taken into effect when you add more players to it, because there is scaling based on how many party members are in your team, and there's also scaling based on the level of the content. So the further up you get, and the more.
So what's my thoughts on the game so far?
The higher level.
It's not really what I expected.
Dude, that guy did not get staggered. That was my bad for thinking that he would get staggered. So I'm gonna run to this corner. We're gonna use a Bloodwort real quick. There we go, because I don't want to use a Dragonheart for it. Okay.
I don't know.
Now
I
we know it's gonna start spawning beats
expected.
at us about a minute in or so.
I don't know what I expected.
I hear a Rotwort. There it is.
I don't know what I expected.
And the Rotwort exploded.
I expected maybe a bit more like
There are not different moves for the
unit
different bosses, but a lot of the
variations
I can't say that, actually. There are certain
in
mechanics
like
that will take
within a
effect
short
in multiple-
span. More like Dark Souls in that sense. You know what I mean?
But mostly going up in difficulty is just to challenge yourself.
Like you
The
go up a
base
tower
game
and
is
there's
designed
like
to be
completely
really
different
challenging
dudes.
My last stream, we were in a
I expected
little
Dark Souls
area
with
of the
guns.
zone.
That's what I
This is the
expected.
first zone.
But
this is still pretty early on in the
it's
game.
just
We're
a
fighting
few
super
Dark
basic
Souls
enemies.
mechanics.
But the last stream, we were in Corsus, which is a swamp area, which is the 3rd zone out of 4. And I died a few times there too.
And then it's
Oh my god.
a
just
genre
fought
that
you,
I am
I'm
not.
gonna
I
fight
haven't
you,
played
but
too
I
much
did
myself.
the right thing. Okay. This guy
Destiny,
is
as
covered in
you want
oil,
to
so if I
say,
shoot
like
him,
shooter
and he's
looters.
going to ignite, and his health like doubles or triples.
I don't know, for some reason I didn't expect it to be a shooter
we have to
looter.
dodge this guy. I don't want stray bullets to hit him. We have to melee this guy.
That's
or else
probably
he's
the
really
biggest.
tough.
I don't know.
We got some luminite from him too. I just heard.
I don't know.
That's a juggernaut. These guys aren't very smart, but they have an insane amount of firepower. Oh boy. No way. No! Okay. I'm sorry. I'm getting really into this game right now. Dude, this is such a bad spot to be. I gotta take a couple hits. I have no good place to hide from this dude. Maybe we can just keep kiting? You see how much damage
maybe
this guy does? We have to Dragon Heart again. Yep, hard mode. Okay.
maybe you
Have a
just
moment.
I don't know, as I said before, maybe you just treat it as one playthrough.
Okay. This guy's solo, so we can probably melee him. He's going to trade. No, okay. He has
And
some
not
reload,
like
so
a
we
gear
have quick
farmer.
moment.
Just beat the final boss and you beat the game.
Let's quickly whip that. Okay, I want to try to bait him to fire. I think he's probably the last dude. We're getting really close to beating this. Bait him
I'll
to
probably
fire.
I'll give it a
And then
try. I
activate my
will.
mod and, oh,
But
why did that have to happen?
no promises or anything
No!
on.
He's immune to fire. I can't
Amount.
use him. I just activated my mod. Jeez, this is so fucked. What's going on here?
Cope. Yeah, I'll probably do random
Oh, I can't do
cope
any damage to this guy.
with whatever Zulu sniper decides to spend
Use the blood wort right now.
his hard-earned
corner.
dollars on this,
And the rock is gonna explode. Okay.
or whoever managed to snipe me.
We kind of have to shoot this guy because he's on fire, and I don't want to get on fire. Oh, our mod. That's right, our new mod. Summon the boys.
Notice how he does the same
So I'm
thing
not
every time
too
he dies.
accustomed to using that mod. Apparently, you're locked in an animation you can't dodge afterwards. All right, well, I guess no spoilers for this stream. We got to see some of the event, but we'll never know what happens after you beat the event. Yep. You guys are just gonna have to play the game and find out on your own, and discover what rewards lie at the end of that event. I must have been really close. Maybe I was supposed to be shooting that thing. I don't know. I have no idea. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So I got I got 2 attempts in, I guess. I don't know. I kept spawning dudes. I didn't see a timer or anything. So all right. Anyway. I think that's gonna have to wrap it up for us. Thank you all so much for joining me for this stream. It was wonderful. It was super challenging. It was really fun. That's one of the most fun streams that I've had personally because it was really intense. And I got to fight some bosses and see a bunch of content that even I have never seen before after a couple hundred hours of playing this game over and over again over the last year, which
Welcome
is
to
incredible
Uganda.
considering that this game, Remnant from the Ashes, is launching next week. On Tuesday, August 20th, Remnant launches on Steam, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Arc.
All right. I don't know. I don't know. I'll try it, but yeah, no promises. We'll see. The winner gets tea. Let's see, what is this? Stray Souls.